Hi, I'm Dawn, and this morning on my blog, mrsfantastico.com, I posted a recipe for gluten, dairy, and soy-free blueberry pancakes. Of course, being 16 weeks pregnant, as soon as I was done posting the recipe, I had to have a stack of my own. So I set out in my kitchen, and I had the brilliant idea to do a little experimentation. So what happens when good pancakes go bad? The original recipe that I had worked out called for 1 cup brown rice flour, 1 cup tapioca flour, and 1 cup almond flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and a half teaspoon of salt as the dry ingredients. I decided, even though I had all of these ingredients on hand, to try coconut flour as an alternative. So instead of 1 cup brown rice flour, I substituted 1 cup coconut flour. And it was bad. It was very bad. The batter was no batter. It was about the consistency of bread. I hate throwing away food, so I tried to save it valiantly. Now, the original recipe also calls for 1 cup almond milk, 2 tablespoons coconut oil in its liquid form, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 eggs. You mix your wet ingredients together, you mix your dry ingredients together separately, then you combine them, and that makes a really nice pancake batter. Then you add in your blueberries. But since I had used the coconut flour and had this very massive thing to work with, I tried to salvage it by adding 3 more cups of almond milk, an extra egg, 2 extra tablespoons of coconut oil, and an extra teaspoon of vanilla extract. For anybody who hasn't worked with coconut oil before, anything below about 72 degrees, it's in its solid form. For this recipe, you want your coconut oil to be in liquid form. So if it's solid, a low heat on the stovetop will liquefy it in about 10 seconds. So now that I had added all this extra ingredients to the mix, I had something that looked like this. If we get it. Kind of resembles a batter. Looks like it might work till I put them on the grill. I like to grill my pancakes in coconut oil as well, so I use a medium to low heat and a little bit of coconut oil every time I put a fresh batch on the stovetop in the pan. So I added my first pancake and it browned up very quickly and it looked like it was actually doing well. I had very high hopes. I flipped my pancake and then I very gently pressed on it. And what happened was the insides, which remained uncooked, kind of spewed out of the top. And there's nothing worse than an uncooked pancake, in my opinion. So then I tried literally just flattening them out. Cooked them on both sides to make sure they cooked all the way through, and even my 21-month-old would not touch them. So I knew I had a problem. This was not going to work. My last-ditch effort was to try and turn them into muffins. This was the result. As they fall all over the place. I literally had to let the mix sit in the oven at 350 for nearly 1 hour before it would set up. I haven't tried one myself yet, but my kids have had a couple already today. So I'm assuming that this project can be considered saved. In the meantime, I did go ahead and mix myself up a new batch of blueberry pancake batter the way that I had originally created it and the way that I know that it works. And I made myself a nice big stack of gluten, dairy, and soy-free blueberry pancakes. So what happens when good pancakes turn bad? Well, I guess they turn into muffins. That was my morning. How was yours? Please feel free to join me over at www.mrsfantastico.com for more videos, more recipes, and more blog posts. Thank you. Good night.